Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about naps. I am a fan of naps. When I take a nap, it's probably for 20 or 30 minutes, and I really never completely go unconscious. My nap is basically just getting horizontal, closing my eyes, and just kind of letting my brain go into like neutral for a minute. And I never really fall asleep, but I kind of power down into like low energy mode for basically half an hour or so. And it's always funny to me because I'll talk to people and they say I took a nap for 3 hours. I'm like, that's not a nap, that's a sleep. That really is, if you're taking a nap for that long and you feel like you need to take a nap for that long, that tells me that you're probably not getting enough sleep at night. So that may help do the trick to get you through the day if you're just that exhausted. But if you have to do it consistently, I would say check your sleep schedule, check your sleep pattern, and try to make it so that you're getting the majority of your sleep at night and not in the middle of the day. But naps have been shown to be very beneficial, and there's a book called The Talent Code by Daniel Coyle, I believe, and he measured great performers all over the world and basically cataloged all the things they had in common. And one of the things that he found is that a lot of great performers, almost everybody actually, take naps consistently. And they're taking these short, 20 to up to 40-minute naps as well. And study after study has shown that cognitively, you just perform so much better after that nap. It's basically you plug your brain into the charger and you got some more juice for the second half of the day. And if you watch my previous video that's talked about the circadian rhythm, then you would have seen that right about 2 p.m., our body and brain kind of go through this cycle where we're really meant to wind down and take a short nap around that time. So biologically, we're wired to have a period in the middle of the day where we kind of stop, take a break, lay down, take a nap, and then you're good for the second half of the day. Sad thing is, because of your standard 9 to 5 workday, most of us never get a chance to do that. So we push through that 2 p.m. slump by caffeinating, or mostly just caffeinating, taking a coffee break or energy drink or something. And what that does is it really kind of screws you up for that night because you're taking caffeine second half of the day. The half-life of caffeine is something like 8 to 12 hours, which means that for like another 8 to 12 hours, you've still got caffeine pumping through your bloodstream doing its stimulating effect. So you probably get into bed around a normal time, 10 p.m. or so, and you're laying there and you're not tired, so you don't get enough sleep because you go to bed because you can't fall asleep, and then that cycle just carries over in the next day. And so there unfortunately is no answer because workplaces haven't caught on to the fact that napping is essential for our mental health and our physical health and our performance second half of the day. So I wish American culture would take up the siesta habit of like Latin America and some European countries. And actually on that, there was in a book called Why We Sleep, which I recommend to everybody, the author did some interesting research around the globe, and he found that in Greek culture, I think in the 80s, up until the 80s, it was very customary for like a middle part of the day for everybody to close down shop and take off 3 hours. And people would generally take naps during that time. You'd have lunch, you'd maybe meet with your family, friends, whatever, and then take a nap, and then you go back to work the second half of the day. And the government, I think around, again, the 80s, said, hey, we want to be more productive. We want to be like the other Western cultures like America where they just push through it and they work 9 to 5. And, we're going to take away this break, and so people are going to have a longer workday, but we'll be more productive, more prosperous. And what actually was shown is that things like cardiovascular disease, stroke, all of these negative health consequences shot up immediately after that was changed in the culture. So in Greek culture, they took away the nap, they changed their pattern, and then all these negative health effects immediately started happening. So of course, this is a correlational study, but that's a pretty strong correlation. And so I think, if anything, that showed how vital taking a break in the middle of the day is to our mental and physical health. Again, unfortunately, most workplaces don't have that factored into your workday, but hopefully one day we can make that a part of Western culture, American culture. I'm a fan of it. And just know that if you like to take a nap in the middle of the day, you have a lot of things in common with a lot of other great performers throughout the world. So get a short nap in if you can. And that's all I got for this one. I'll see you in the next video.